Assalamu alaikum and welcome once again to The Entrepreneur. And this has been a much awaited show because my guest today is an inspirational individual. He's especially around the East London area in the heart of the Bengali community. And he is somebody who arrived in the UK in the late or the early 70s, beg your pardon, and with the intention of returning after he completed his studies, which was in engineering. But that never happened because he stuck around in the UK later on to become a very, very successful entrepreneur. He's known actually to be one of the first, or if not the first, millionaire in Brick Lane, who is the owner of Cafe Naz, which is a chain of restaurants, very famous, you might have heard. And also later on got involved in the bakery business, also the property portfolio, and many, many more things. He's definitely been an inspiration to individuals in the Bengali community. He's shown us the stepping stones of how to become millionaires. Not myself, obviously, but so many others. Welcome to the show, Muquim Ahmed.
Thank you, Brother Sharif, for inviting me to your show.
Right. First of all, Assalamu alaikum. The greeting has to be there.
I'm very pleased.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been we have been speaking, and you know the reason for the show is not only your success and to tell our viewers how you started off, but you also recently wrote a book which is called Brick Lane, The Miracle on Brick Lane, which is here, Miracle on Brick Lane by Muquim Ahmed, and I've gone through it a little bit, and it's got many, many stories I can relate to.
Yes,
so many things. So we'll be speaking about this book. Congratulations, first of all,
Thank you.
on the book. Now, Muquim Bhai, obviously you started off in Brick Lane from what we know.
Yes.
But tell me a little bit about your early age, your childhood, because we want to know what was inside you at that time. What made you came to this country and become or be where you are right now?
Yeah. I will start by saying that you cannot guarantee the outcome of education given the range of people's abilities.
Okay.
So God has made, I've written in my book, God has made everybody different.
Yep.
You are taller than me,
Okay.
I'm shorter than you.
Okay.
You can run faster than me,
Yes.
I can run, I run slowly. So everybody has got an aptitude, an
Absolutely.
ability, right? And some are born with that ability, and therefore they progress and prosper more than the others. If you can understand the philosophy.
That's
of
a very
life.
nice way of putting it.
Yeah,
Yes, and it's
philosophy
very
of life.
true as well.
So I think I was fortunate that God has gifted me,
Yes.
and I seem to at this age when I'm about to go back to God.
Okay.
Right?
May
Yeah,
Allah
in few
give you,
years, in few years,
much
I've
more years.
realized that I must have had something extra. God must have given me something extra ability for which I was so successful. So the success of my story starts with when I was a little boy.
Yes.
My father used to have a rented house
Okay.
in 1957, 56.
So in the late 50s.
Yeah, I was 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
And in there, I used to hang around with boys lot older than me.
A lot older than you. Okay.
Lot older than me.
So you will always used to look up if you.
I always used to punch heavier than my weight.
Right.
Always was the case.
Okay.
And I used to run around with Koes, Mamu.
Okay.
Everybody knows him.
Okay.
He's from Tatipara.
All right.
And then there are other boys you might not know, Shadon, Papa, all these big boys. They're 5, 6 years. Some of them are 7 years older than me.
Older than you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, like they say, the
We're
morning.
talking about the late 50s now.
Yeah, morning shows the day.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
They say the morning shows the day.
Absolutely.
So, and when I was in Bluebird School, I had lots of problems in the school because I was very energetic.
Okay.
Right. A boy called Twahid, I've written it in my book.
Okay.
Twahid and me had an argument, and I punched him and I broke his tooth. And
Wow.
the tooth, because the tooth was all, because you are kids.
Yes.
And you lose your first bone teeth,
Okay.
new teeth grows.
That's
Everybody
right.
has gone through that.
Yes.
So it was moving anyway, so I knocked it out.
So you were very feisty, at that
No,
time. A bit of a bad boy,
I'm
if you like.
full of energy.
Okay.
I'm full of energy.
Okay.
And then what happened was I was given punishment for it. I was I suffered. I had to pull my hands between my legs and hold my ears.
Okay, the
for a
murga.
long time. Murga.
Yes.
I was
that's what
made a
they used to
murga.
do. Yes.
I was
okay.
made a murga. So this is all in my book. That's why I'm repeating myself. Then from Bluebird School, I went to because I was so naughty and I was not going to school.
Yep.
Yeah. So my.
So you wanted to miss school at that time? Yes?
I used to run away from school
Right.
with Koes, Shadon, and all these boys.
Okay.
And I go out on shikar. Amra gulol dia faki shikar kortam
Acha.
in that time.
Acha.
And they were the bigger boys.
Well,
I used to
boys
go
being
there.
boys at that
Boys, yeah,
time,
they
you know,
used to
that's
do
what
it.
boys want
So
to
instead
do.
of going to school, I used to go, and Koes was in problem as well. His father sent him away to Chittagong afterwards because of this taunting. They, in English, they call taunting. School faki dawaki.
Acha, but
Taunting.
we used to call it bunking off school.
Bunking of school.
At that
But
time, yes.
the proper word is taunting, I think.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, then I went to Kumilla, and Kumilla school was very hard.
So your father sent you to Kumilla
yeah,
at that point?
yeah.
Right.
So I went to Kumilla, and then in that Kumilla school, the teachers were American nuns.
American nuns?
Yeah, American. It was American school.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
it's all about. It's all in my book. You must study it.
Yeah. We'll talk about your book in a bit.
Yeah.
Let's just hear from your, from that young age. I'm just trying to unfold the successful man here.
There are events in the school whereby you can, like I said, morning shows the day. I took a leading part in a lot of things when I was even young.
Yeah.
Right. Then I went to Daat Public School, and Daat Public School I became school captain, hostel captain. Right. I did the best result in the schools. I had 4 letters in metric. Metric I passed SSC from Jasur board, and from Jasur board metric I came to Sylhet, because at that time there was political unrest in the country.
Okay.
So my parents could not send me to Lawrence College in Madi, West Pakistan.
Right. So how old were you at that time?
I was 18, I think.
So you were a teenager. You're a late teenager.
Yeah.
But would you say that your character at that time,
yeah.
as a naughty boy, someone feisty,
it's all in my book.
somebody who is very much of an extrovert, going out there, talking to people, very much confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
Would that be a part of you becoming, the
who
leaders
I am today.
of those?
Who I am today, I think.
Definitely. Or even of that stage, because those are the boys that go forward, I think.
Even in that school, everybody knows who has gone to MC College. They will know, some of them will know my fame, who I was there. I became student leader.
Okay.
There were 60 students from Sylhet Government School.
Right.
There were 200 boys in my class, 100 and 100. Two, Section A, Section B in intermediate.
Right. Okay.
Science.
Section
ISC.
A, Section B, yeah?
Section 100 and 100, right? And among those 200 boys, and 60 boys from government school.
You were the leader.
No, I became the leader.
That's what I mean, yes.
So I come from nowhere. I went to New York with Farooq Bakht.
Okay.
Amr Dolai is Rafiq Haider.
Rafiq Haider, yes.
And
all right.
some other people, we together went to New York.
Okay.
Momin Bhai was the representative for United Nations representative from Bangladesh.
Right.
He invited us, we went.
Okay.
And there his younger brother Fuad,
Okay.
who went to college with me as well. He was from government college.
Okay.
He was telling everybody, Muibai was also there, that Muquim came from nowhere.
Right.
Right? He was the only single man, came from nowhere. We were 60 students. We grew up together in Sylhet Government School, and we came to college, MC College.
Okay.
But none of us became the leader. He from nowhere became the leader.
Became the leader, okay.
Leader in the sense that I got elected to Common Room Secretary. I became the Common Room Secretary in our college.
Well, obviously all these guys, they saw you deserving of that part.
No, election. There was election.
And there was an election.
And the election process.
So you were selected in the election. So,
Before the election, the results were announced. They unanimously declared that I'm the most popular one. I got the.
So I understand.
Selected.
I understand. So that part of your life, when you started off from a young age, even you, what's the word, taunting or bunked off from school. But then you had this inside you. You had that leadership inside you. And there's a saying that some people are leaders and some people are followers. So you can't be both. And then you had that in you. So this is the age of 17, 18 you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
And the age of 19,
Yeah.
you arrived to the UK,
United Kingdom,
to
yes,
East London,
Yeah.
and you were going to embark on a journey of engineering, the
Yeah,
engineering
yes,
field,
yes,
the educational field
Yeah.
that you wanted to study.
So-
So how did that come about? Because you did not want to stay here for the rest of your life.
It's
It's in the book.
again in
Yes,
the book.
yes.
Imagine I'm 19 years old of age. I'm turning 20, and then I get responsibilities from my brothers. We all
Right.
was a one.
How many
family.
brothers are you?
We were 3 brothers, myself and my 2 brothers. Right.
Okay.
Both of them I'm the youngest in the family. I'm about 23 years younger than my eldest brother Moin,
Okay.
and then I'm 22 years younger than my other brother, second brother.
22 years younger than the other brother.
Then and I'm 19 years younger than my sister. So there are 2 brothers and a sister.
Right.
Right.
So you got a big gap in
Big
between.
gap.
Yeah.
So I thought that I'm adopted. I was not because my mother didn't take care of me. My mother was fed up.
Right.
I came from nowhere. I was unwanted child. Right.
Okay.
So I
well,
was,
you didn't come from nowhere. You came from your mom and dad. But that's
but I thought they've adopted me.
that's a
That's why
nice way of putting it.
they
Nobody ever
neglect-
said that on my show.
Yeah.
That I wasn't wanted by my mother. But okay. So you had a
Well, yeah, I've written that in my
you
book
had a
as well.
daima or somebody that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
looking after you.
Yeah, I did write in my book as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, so from government college, I studied physics honors.
Yep.
Right. I was studying in the 3rd year. I flew to England. I didn't sit for my final exam.
Right. Okay.
Physics.
Was it difficult for you to come to England, or was it an easy task?
Very easy. I
Right.
came down easy. My brother got my admission
Yeah.
in South East London College, and I've given proof of that. All the paperwork is there.
Because I don't know about the 1970s. I know that a lot of people were coming, but
Yeah,
you came as a student.
I came as a student.
I don't know the situation at that
Yeah,
time.
easy. Situation
Okay.
easy. I've had experience that I went to Bangladesh, and my mother said, "Why don't you take your nephew
As
to
well.
England?"
Okay.
I just took him, bought him a ticket, flew with him, and I got him to. I stood guarantee for him at the airport. They let him in. Me too. He's still
So
here now.
no prior visa or anything.
Nothing. I just got him up, and me too is here.
Right.
My nephew is still here.
Mashallah, okay.
He's married and he's a grandfather here now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many years were you here at the age of 19 before you went to Bangladesh?
I have been here nearly 51 years now.
Now, 51 years. But at the age of 19, when you came to study,
Yeah,
before you went to Bangladesh for the first time,
yeah.
or were you just here, for a long stretch?
My parents, my brother, Moin Bhai wanted me to get married a Bengali girl.
Okay.
So I was here seeing, I was very modern even in
Yes,
those days
yes,
because I come from a school where I had English people, my mate, class friends.
Okay.
English people,
Yeah.
white people,
Well,
girls,
yeah, I mean, that's
white
when
boys,
you-
white girls.
When you're growing up at that time,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
make friends.
Yeah, we were friends. That school was very progressive school, very modern school, and my English was very good even in those days. And now it's gone a little bit backward
Right.
because I communicate mostly in Bengali.
Okay.
In those days, it was compulsory to speak to each other in English.
English, okay.
Yeah, when I was growing up.
Well, that's a
And,
good thing.
Yeah, when I went to South London College, I didn't have difficulties following the lectures because I was used to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and they first gave me admission in OND, Ordinary National Diploma.
Okay.
And when I attended the course, I said to my tutor, "Well, look, this is all things which is being repeated. I've studied it all because I come from English medium school. So the physics, the chemistry, trigonometry, all I did was in English
Fantastic.
and in Bangladesh.
Okay. In Bangladesh. you
Bangladesh.
did, Okay.
I was probably the last batch. After me, I think everything turned into Bengali.
Okay. All right.
And but
okay.
up to my batch or another one, it was all English. So I said to my tutor, "Well, look, I've done all this physics and chemistry. Why you?"
It was
asking
very
me?"
simple for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he put me into HND, Higher National Diploma,
Right, because he thought that your level, the level that you're in is lower
because
than
they
you.
did not recognize
Yeah.
the education certificate from Bangladesh at that time.
No, they didn't.
That
No, that's
our
right.
country was just formed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
just formed. So their education standard was
Yeah.
lower.
So this was just after the 70s, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
just
so,
after the 70s.
So you obviously you're 19. You're studying at university. You had the you were studying engineering. You had the intention of returning back as well.
Yeah.
And then Did your brother or wanted you to get married at that time when
See,
you were here?
I was so lucky that when I came to England first,
Mm.
I think 18th of August or something, I've
Okay.
written it here, I came to
Okay.
England. My brother picked me up from airport
Yeah.
in his car.
Okay.
So I have gone through, I've done a lot of research,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen there are people who are struggling in East London,
Yeah.
Tower Hamlets,
Yeah.
people who are squatting,
Yes,
didn't have
yes,
place to live.
Yes, yes.
I didn't know all that.
My father squatted. Yes.
You see, your father's
yeah.
got a book written by, I'll tell her name, Begum.
Mm-hmm.
She has done a research and she got quite a large sum of money to do her research.
Okay.
I have got that book anyway.
Okay.
I'll tell you her name. And I've read her book as well. She has done a wonderful job. She has gone to all our Gadubai, our leader of the Abbas Bhai. They all she has gone to every one of them,
Right.
and took their views in a book.
Okay, with regards to
What was happening in that
okay,
time.
at that time. Okay, fantastic. Okay, well, let's. I'm very
No,
interested.
I was going to tell you how I came into business.
Okay.
So
that was my next
I used to go
question.
to college,
Yeah.
and in the evening I would come and help my brother in the shop,
Right. What kind of shop
Hustle
was it?
Street.
Right.
He had a grocery shop.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a grocery shop
Grocery
at that time.
shop.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
and
needed in the Bengali community as well. So
grocery,
were you
yeah.
selling halal items or?
he was selling halal items and all that.
Okay.
But that became too difficult for him.
Okay.
Later on,
Right.
I'm adding it now.
Mhm.
He turned it into a clothing shop, sari shop.
Sari shop.
And because
Okay.
grocery shop is so hard,
Yeah.
you have to get up first thing in the morning, early in the morning,
Very difficult,
go to
yes.
buy your green
stuff, yeah.
fresh stuff and come. So
Yeah.
it's a hard job.
Right.
Anyway, so my eldest brother in 75, I think,
Mhm.
he bought a shop in Brick Lane.
Okay.
48 Brick Lane he bought.
All right.
And he bought and he left home. And he gave me the responsibility of running the shop, to setting it up and run it. So the original idea was to have a clothes shop, like Jabbar Mia had
Okay.
a clothes shop in Brick Lane in those days.
Those days, right?
Yeah. So he had a sari shop at the end of Brick Lane,
Yeah.
and my brother wanted me to have a sari shop in the middle of Brick Lane.
Okay.
But-
so I remember in the early 80s we had like Titash and modern sari Sinta. Are you talking about those period or before that?
Long
much
before
that.
Long before
Well,
that.
I am much younger than you, so
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
I can
long before
I can
that.
only go back so much.
So far. No, it's long before that. But what I did was, I didn't do the sari shop. I didn't do a textile shop.
No.
I did a record shop, cassette shop.
Record. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
because it complemented the cinema.
Right.
So in 1974.
See, we can relate, you see,
yeah,
because
so-
that was at the age of 19,
Yeah.
my first business in Cromer Street was called Sangeeta, and it was a video shop. People used to rent cassettes from me, so
Then
we can relate.
I'm
yes.
I'm the originator of the business. Again I
Absolutely.
repeat,
Well, that's why I've got you on
I'm
my show, you see.
originator,
Yes.
originator of that business. Then it's all there, you'll see, in the sense that I started up this record shop,
Yeah.
cassette shop, video shop afterwards as well. Video
Okay.
came, was invented, it became a video shop as well.
Yeah.
And then I was complementing the cinema, because cinema
Wow.
used to open on Mondays
Yes.
and Tuesdays, I think,
Okay.
and weekends,
So
Saturdays.
which cinemas were around at that
Nas
time?
Cinema. Nas Cinema
Where was this?
in Brick Lane.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So your dad, Sasa, would probably have been in
Probably,
that cinema.
probably would have known. Yes. Yeah.
And I bought the cinema in 1978.
Oh, you bought it.
I bought it. You see in my book with records and everything.
Fantastic. Okay, right. Like we got to go to the break in about a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah,
so
sure.
before that,
Yeah.
let's. We spoke about your first how you entered into business.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're studying. Now, what is interesting here is, and that's what I want to jump to right now. From my research, it says
Yeah.
that you were the first time you became a millionaire was at the age of 26.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we know that Cafe Naz. In Brick Lane, and you were a part of formation of the Brick Lane into sort of the Bengali community and stuff like that.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that, and how did you become, a millionaire at the age of 26? Was it Cafe Naz behind that, or was the other businesses that you mentioned, like the cinema
To
and
be
stuff like that?
truthful, I'll tell you, I have done trading,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't make money in trading.
Okay, all right.
You see, I traded in. It's in my book again. I'll say I used to send 90% of the free televisions to Bangladesh at that time. 90%.
Okay.
Right? I used to control the Bangladesh market.
So you were doing some exporting as well,
Exporting
wasn't
to
it?
Bangladesh, fridges
Okay,
and televisions.
right. And who was controlling the party, Bangladeshi part?
Yeah.
Who was controlling the business side
There
of
was
things?
two guys
Mm.
in stadium, Dhaka Stadium. They
Okay.
had the shops.
Right.
Murtuza is one of them. Other ones I forgot the name.
Right.
We used to supply them. They would, in fact, that the business was so good, they would give me advance money as well
Okay. Fantastic.
for the products, right? I used to be agents for GEC. I used to be agent for Philips from Holland.
Mm-hmm.
I used to Kelvinators. All these different products I used to send to Bangladesh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I said, in the port you'd see only milfa.
So was this? Obviously, this was after your education. You finished your engineering. This is during that time.
While I'm doing my education, I was helping my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Then my eldest brother bought another shop.
Right.
It's all one family. And this brother was doing this. I was in charge of that.
Right.
Right.
Fantastic.
We had a big establishment in Bangladesh.
That's what.
Even
Okay.
before-
So
before
what
we
we're going to do is we're going to talk about that just after the break. I want
Yeah.
to talk about your book, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm really interested about, because most of the stuff are
in the
there.
book, and people
Yeah.
should read it.
Yes,
And I
definitely.
have written the book in a liturgical manner so
Yeah.
that it's interesting to read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I,
You know, it is. I mean, look, at this time and age, there are very few people who read books. But
that's why
you've written a book. It's your first book, and you
Yeah.
want to go into writing novels as well.
Yeah.
It's got to be a good book,
Yes,
right? And when you get it out there,
Mm.
and obviously I've shown it to the viewers as well, and it's also in Amazon, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people can buy it on Amazon. So just for the viewers, guys, check it out on Amazon. Muquim Ahmed, The Miracle of Brick Lane.
Miracle on Brick Lane.
Miracle on Brick Lane, right?
Yeah,
Yes, just a
Muquim
correction
Ahmed.
there.
Yeah.
Muquim Ahmed, you know Muquim Ahmed very well.
Yeah. 16 pounds. The book
Just in case, yes, we're going to go on a break now, Muquim
Yeah.
bhai.
16 pound, and it's all going to charity. And I'm match funding charity.
16 pounds and it's all going to charity.
I'll match the 16 pound again. I'll put
Okay.
another 16 pound.
No problem.
Into the
He's going to
charity.
match that item,
Yes,
the
well.
amount, and we're going to see you just after the break. Don't go away.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to The Entrepreneur. We just had a little break. If you have just joined us, my guest today is Muquim Ahmed, one of the first or the first millionaire in Brick Lane, the owner of Cafe Naz. And we have been speaking about his early life, and it has been very, very interesting, I've got to say. Welcome back again.
Thank you.
Muquim bhai.
Thank you for
Right,
having
so
me.
we were talking about the first business that you started off, the record shop, the textile business. I've got it down here as a travel agency as well. And now, obviously, businesses, you have to have some kind of struggle.
Yeah.
You have to have ups and downs.
Yes,
And
yes.
this show, we always speak about this
Yeah.
because it just makes people stronger.
Yeah.
The viewers to learn about what kind of,
Yeah.
if they're in business, that they are not the only people who've been through that.
Yeah.
Tell me about the most difficult times that you had
Yeah.
while you were becoming a successful businessman.
Yeah. Well, I have written about myself here,
Okay.
right? And what I'm saying here is that I have had a lot of successes.
Mm.
I've done multiple businesses over a century, over 50 years.
Okay.
I have done currency exchange, travel, wholesale distribution, imports, exports, electronics, to cinema, music, production,
Wow.
shipping, restaurants, industrial, bakery, and ready meals.
You haven't left much
I
behind.
have done so many things in my life, but I have ups, I have downs as well.
Yeah.
I have had difficulties as well, and difficulties where there were times when everything I touched went up in flame. আমি যেটাই ধরছি সব চলিফুরি
Destroy
ভেঙে
হয়ে
গেছে,
গেছে।
ডিস্ট্রয় হয়ে গেছে গেছিলাম।
Okay.
আমি misfortunes BCCI bank bust হয়ে গেছে কি 1991
Right.
Bank of Credit cover.
So tell me a little bit about that period.
Yeah.
And was there something that made you say that, you know what, I give up?
No, I
Because
don't
you
give up.
didn't.
I
You
don't
didn't
give
give
up.
up.
I don't give
But
up.
have you ever felt like,
I
I
don't
can't
give
take
up.
it anymore? Because
No,
you
no.
just said everything went up on flames.
Yeah.
And this is a very distressing time for
Yeah.
somebody. Tell me about that.
Yeah, about that I'll tell you. I've written it in my book. I have got some nice quotes in here. So I feel very down,
Yeah.
right on the floor,
Okay.
right? I used to be a boxer as well. I used to box.
Okay, wow.
Amateur boxing I used to do in my
Acha,
school
acha.
and my college.
Right.
And when you are down, I don't stay down. I
You
get
know
up.
that you have to get up.
I have to get up. If I don't get up, you will finish me
So
up.
this was the boxing lessons that made
when
you
you
that
are
strong
down,
person. Yeah.
You got to rise up as well, right?
Yes. You
And
do, yes.
as story is Moinu, a guy about 4 years older than me, Koes I mentioned from Tatipara,
Yeah.
his friend as well, and my friend because he's older than me. Moinu and me had a fight,
Okay.
and I'm only a child,
Right.
so he was beating me
You
up.
were a bit of a fighter, weren't you?
fighter
From
as
a,
well.
from a young age.
No, even you. I have an incident in you where you are from the
Houston area, okay, right, yeah.
I had a bit of trouble there as well.
Right.
Big trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rare, and there are stories
With,
which I didn't
with the
write.
bad boys from
With
that,
the bad boys from that
there,
area.
at that time.
That time,
Okay, I can mention a few names, but I'm not
15,
going to
20
mention.
boys came around,
Right.
and Muip Chaudhary was there.
Okay. All right.
They got Muip Chaudhary
Mhm.
to take me there. One of the guys used to work for me,
Okay.
and his brother, his Sala, I think, was
Mhm.
a notorious character in those
Okay,
days.
okay.
Over there, and he came. He said, well, "You pay off my Sala." But that story you have to hear from Muip Chaudhary. Then it will be interesting.
Right.
But
We had him on this show,
Yeah,
Mumbai,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's an interesting guy.
yeah, and there is also another story of my Vela.
Mhm.
Is when Bangladesh came into existence.
Yeah.
Dewan Farid Ghazi,
Mhm.
in his house, there was a meeting.
All right.
And Lamabai, who was the district secretary of Chhatru League,
Right.
he was there. I was the common room secretary in our college,
Mhm.
and he was my leader then because he was in district Chhatru League.
Yeah.
He said something about my brother, said, your brother is a collaborator.
Right. Okay.
And I didn't take
Which
it.
you didn't like.
I didn't. I protested to him. And then there is a division in politics
Right.
in Sylhet.
Okay.
Lalabai is here.
Mm.
Lalabai helped me.
Okay.
Lamabai was against me.
Right.
And it's a big story.
So yeah, I mean, it's
some-
usually the case. Somebody's
yeah,
with you, somebody's against
Some
you.
100 boys
Yeah.
came to my house to arrest me, to kill me or whatever. They
Goodness
came to
me,
my house.
goodness me.
They ransacked my house.
Right. It
And
all
then
sounds like a movie story now.
Movie
You know,
story it
everything.
is.
Everything's in your
And
book, yeah.
no, this bit I didn't write.
Okay.
So I came out of my room. I realized that they've grounded us.
Mhm.
I cannot escape. I wanted to escape first.
Of course.
Run away if I
Okay,
can
okay.
from the danger.
Okay.
But I realized I can't run away. I have to
Right.
face them. So I took the grenade.
Mhm.
I used to have a SLR
Okay.
given by Babul Bhai. You know, he was the chairman of
Oh
Sylhet
goodness me!
Municipal
Yes, yes, I
Committee.
do. Yes.
The
yes.
Babul Bhai gave me a SLR and some.
Well, just for your
grenades.
protection or something.
No, because there are a lot of stories about it.
All right. Okay. Look,
So-
we're going off the grid here
Yeah, yeah.
because we're talking
So-
about
so
something
the
maybe
guy,
we're not supposed to be.
The guy who saw me with the grenade,
Mm.
he's here in London.
Okay.
And he has been to a show with me telling
So
everybody.
you're all friends now. Yeah.
No, but he saw it from a distance.
Okay.
I'm not friends with Lamabai. Lamabai, I'm not friends.
Okay.
Still now,
Fair enough.
I'm not
Look,
friends.
look, animosity happens
Yeah,
in
yeah.
business.
And you have to
In
forget
people
it.
who are successful,
Yeah,
there are black and white, and there's always a black sheep somewhere. But going back to my original question,
Of-
with regards to you,
Having
how did
problems.
you? Yes, the struggling
Yeah,
part
the
of it.
first was in 1991. The
Yeah.
second was liquidation of London factors, provincial factors in 93. The fire that destroyed my warehouse in 1994.
Okay.
The Brick Lane bombing, they almost killed me in 1999.
Goodness me,
So
goodness me.
one after another. And his major banker, my Habib Bank Limited, closing its whole operation.
Wow.
So all this happened very fast and
It was
quick.
a very dramatic.
Yeah. So if one
life
reads
or that
about the
period.
author,
yes, I will do. Yes.
you will see that I had good days
Yeah.
and I had bad days as well.
Is that in the forward? Is
Oh,
it
it's all
all
it's
all
in
on
the
it? Right.
about
Okay.
it's about
I'll
the
be
author.
going through that. I'll be
Yeah,
going
yeah,
through.
you'll
So,
get it.
so you overcame. You've got your whole warehouse burned down.
Yeah.
To the ground.
I was
and
bombed in by a
all these things. How
yeah.
did you overcome all this? Then was it just a part of life for you, or what? Was it?
No, I went through a hell. I had divorce. My divorce also caused me a lot of problems.
Okay, which is
Yeah.
still you're having some issues with that. You're
with that
telling
as
me.
well.
Yes.
Yeah, even now.
That's
And,
not a very nice part of
Divorce,
life
half
for anybody.
Half of my wealth went to her.
Right. Right.
Yeah, half of it, more than half went to her.
Okay.
And still I am. You
Still
will
you're
believe.
standing. You're
No,
standing
no.
very well.
You believe in records. In records in company's house, I'm still net worth more than anybody.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
I'm not going to name names.
No.
Right? You go to company's house,
Yeah.
search Quantum Securities Limited,
Yeah.
and search to other companies.
Well, we're very honored to have you here,
Yeah.
Muquim Bhai, and this is the reason because me sitting with you right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
some of that, they're saying that when you go to a musk shop, you get the smell of perfume,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like that. So I'm
Yeah,
very
no,
honored.
no.
I'm
The-
very honored. But
the
look,
sig-
With regards to family life,
Yeah.
you know, it's a very difficult part of somebody go through divorce and stuff like that. And we don't really talk about that in depth, but was it a bit of, was that a part of your success, you know, your rising because you were very, very busy in business?
I've written about
because
that,
it was
yeah.
one of my questions, that
Yeah,
how
that
did
is-
you
yeah,
deal
yeah,
with family
yeah,
life while you were becoming successful?
Because when you become busy,
Yeah.
too busy with your business, then
Mm.
you neglect your family life.
Is that what you
and
did?
that causes
Yeah.
problems. Yeah.
Okay.
I think my first wife, she was a good lady, but I've explained it properly in the book. Then I took a second chance.
Yeah.
So I think you will
It comes
find,
from both sides,
yeah,
doesn't
you'll
it? It's
find
not- yeah.
the reflection of yourself. If you read my book, you'll see I've written it as if I'm you.
Okay.
As if I'm. That's why I say it's entwined with my community here.
Yes, yes.
So what I've experienced,
Yeah.
and other people have gone through that as well in life.
So let's see what you've given the a little bit of a title here. After Miracle on Brick Lane, it says a story entwined with the evolution of the Bangladeshi community in East London.
Yeah.
Explain this to me.
I see whatever was happening to me in Brick Lane when I was there,
Yeah,
it was happening to my community all around.
community members as well.
All around.
Right.
I was involved in everything to do with my community. Yeah, if you are going to Bangladesh, I would give you a ticket. I would send your money to Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I would give you a complete package.
Okay.
Right?
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, yeah. I used to, not now.
Oh.
No. This is I've become wiser.
Okay.
I see I've become wiser. I'm saying that I've done all these businesses,
Yep.
and I haven't made enough money from the businesses.
Right, okay.
But my secret is I earn, and officially I'm telling on this thing, I earn over £100,000 a month
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
rental income.
Okay.
So I've
This
said
is from your property portfolio.
portfolio.
You've got,
Yeah.
You've got a big portfolio in properties in the rental market as well.
I never earned that kind of money when I was trading.
No. So you're
I was
obviously those.
my turnover at one time was bigger than Bangladesh Biman. London, only London.
Wow.
Not the whole operation.
Right.
But London, their turnover, mine was bigger than Bangladesh Biman. It's all in the book, you'll see.
MashaAllah. So this was, how did you feel at the age of 26 when you became so successful?
Yeah.
You know, you were the first millionaire, for
Yeah.
example. You had so many businesses behind you.
Yeah.
You were dealing with so many staff, managing so many staff. Because this show is about a successful entrepreneur, a person who's started off from scratch, if you like.
Yeah. I was a student.
Yeah, so
I came with £5.
how did you feel at that age? Did you think, okay, you know, I've done enough,
Yeah.
you know, it's time for me to just enjoy myself? Or did you think about, no, I want to grow, and I want to do better for the community? What was it?
I think it's the drive I had in me, right? And drive was, whatever I did, I wanted to be the best.
Okay.
If I'm written at that book, and I claim now, it's again a big claim, you know, Salman Rushdie, we hate him, whatever you want to say, because of the circumstances.
Yes.
His book, the way he's opened it up, he's a very, very famous, world famous writer. But I think I've got similar sort of things. I am claiming now.
All right, okay. That's
I've also claimed in my book Richard Branson.
okay, yes.
I've compared
Who started
myself
off with something from London Bridge, a little
Yeah.
stall, you know, and today he's
multimillionaire.
sending rockets to the space.
Yeah. So Richard Branson, how he started, right? I started in a similar way.
Yeah.
Whatever businesses he had, I had similar sort of businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all written very nicely in the book, right?
Well, you know,
I have read his book. I have
Yeah.
read his biography, right? And from that, I could see that he's dyslexic, I'm dyslexic.
Wow.
He married when he was 24. I married when I was 26. No, I was 24 as well.
24 as well.
I've
okay.
compared everything. He had a newspaper, I had a newspaper.
But
he had a cinema hall, I had a cinema hall. He had.
So who was following who then?
I was following him. He's 4 years older than me.
4 years older than you.
But
now,
I wasn't
the
following him.
interesting thing is about both of you being dyslexic, and,
Yeah.
and that's a limitation in
He had problems with
studying
his,
and
at school.
Yeah.
I had problems in school. Then he got done by the customs. He was getting things from Europe and not paying the VAT. I was hounded by immigration.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
people were
Very, very similar stories,
stories.
and you know, you go neck in neck
With
with your success stories and how you rose. And now this is a fantastic and very interesting, and you know, there's things that I can learn, even though I'm much younger than you, and I'd like to say,
yes, of course you are. Of course you are.
So look, you struggled with family. What would the advice be to people when you're growing in business, successful in business?
Yeah.
And family is also a very important part of life.
Yeah.
Very important part of one's being.
Yeah.
How not to mess that up?
You must give importance to your wife, right?
Yeah.
Because women, God has created in a manner that they are very fragile. So if you don't treat them properly, they could get upset.
Okay.
And you have to have the shoulder to take it.
Absolutely.
And they'll love you again. They are getting angry with you now. The next minute they'll be. It's
not to neglect them completely.
Yeah.
That would be your advice. So just to while you are in business, just for the viewers, that you should acknowledge them, give them their rights, their time, and so forth. At the same time, have the support from them, because we all need. There's a saying that behind a successful man is a good woman, or yes. So
even that I've covered in my book.
So we need that. Yes, we need that. With two people, good minds, they think alike, right? So here we are. Now after that, obviously you're 72 now.
Yeah.
And just some tips for our viewers, first of all, and then we'll talk about if there's something else that you are doing, because we're coming to the end of the show. I'd love to sit with you.
Very quickly, I'll tell you that to be
just a few tips for our viewers.
Successful, you must be able to borrow money.
Right.
From your friends, from relatives, if you have got nothing.
You have to have the credibility.
Credibility to borrow.
The credentials that people do give it to you as well.
I have written it how to start a business.
Right. Okay.
What to do with the business, how to convince your bank manager, to get money from the bank. All this I have covered, and at the end, I said that whatever you do, however small or micro you are, or however big you are, you must have faith in yourself, right? Yeah, and whatever you are doing, just do your part well. Just play your part.
So number one, to believe in yourself,
yeah,
and that's having faith in yourself, right? And also you have to have the credibility, or the credentials that somebody borrows you the money. Because if you're Muquim Ahmed, who doesn't have anything, the background is not very strong, I'm not going to give you that money.
No,
do you understand? I have to know that I'm going to get my money back. And maybe sometimes that money would be an investment as well. Right? So you got to be that person. Give me one more tip just for the viewers.
I'm trying to find out. I've written a chapter on it.
Okay.
How to start a business and how to maintain the business.
Okay.
I was on TV. It's I think it is in the YouTube.
Okay.
I was on TV, Irish TV, and it's called Property King. And in that TV program I appeared, and it's in record, like I said.
Right.
And there I say what you should do to be successful in life, right? And you can take a tip from that, and you'll find it in the book as well.
Fantastic.
I've given a lecture in Cambridge University. Right? And that lecture is in this book as well.
Wow.
Can you believe a person like me going to Cambridge University, University Hall, right, where great statesmen, Roosevelt and Jawaharlal Nehru,
all these
and
American
all the great,
statesmen,
great man has gone in and addressed the union, the student union, and I have done that as well.
Yes.
And then who was with me when I went there? Farooq Bakht.
And you're also the president of the Bangladesh Friends of Bangladesh
and I have recorded that in my book. The speech, what I said about it was to do with immigration. What I said about immigration, that we need immigration, and without that we can't progress and prosper because of the necessity.
We can't flourish, can we?
We need immigration. I've covered that in the book as well. And the fundamentals of the success of a man, I think, is that you have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith. You have to have the drive in yourself, and go on what you do best. Try and develop that thing into a business.
Thank you very much for those tips.
And at the end of the day, when you come of my age, then what you do is in the process you do some investment in properties, right? And then when you are of my age, what you have bought for 5,000 pounds,
yeah.
it will become 5 million pounds.
Yes, absolutely.
So when I said that I am worth more than anybody, because those properties which I bought so many years ago,
they're worth
they've
a lot
become
of
a
money now.
lot of money.
Yes. So you would, you know, you've given me some very beautiful tips here.
And also, Sharif, my brother, that look, the history will tell you. Say your 3 generations ago, they started with some 100,000 pounds, right? And then your son keep on multiplying it. And then at one point you become very rich, and you become aristocrat. Those people who are aristocrat today, they were not aristocrat.
Of course not. Of course.
500 years ago, they were not aristocrats. So the aristocracy comes from properties.
Right.
Because in
properties,
Bangladesh,
landowners, and we
zamindars,
know,
we used to call them zamindars.
Yes.
Yeah, they began,
we come from this kind of backgrounds in the
Rabindranath Tagore was also a zamindar. Because he was a zamindar, he had the time to do right so much. The British people were so rich and well off at one time that they did most of the inventions, not electricity, all by this and American, but a lot of inventions, railway, a lot of inventions done by the British.
Yes, absolutely, yes. And we also have a part to play, the Islamic background.
Oh my God!
In
if you go to Istanbul,
yes, I was in Istanbul recently and I've seen a lot of history.
The museum, Al Jabra, how they have done
the
caterpillar to lifting.
Yes.
So many mechanical things the Muslims have.
Yeah, I mean, we got people like Ibn Sina,
there's a museum
Al-Khwarizmi and all that. Yes. So
have you been to the museum?
I've been to the museum. Yes, I have. Yes,
well.
I mean, you can't miss that when you're in Istanbul.
It's very proud. You feel proud.
And also with regards to Sultan Mehmet and everything, how they built those structures at that time. Fascinating. Yes, definitely. Also, with regards to the British inventions, which you just mentioned, yes, we cannot deny any of those parts because they've got a very big part to play today. Now, you've written a book. We spoke a little bit about your book. What are your future ambitions? Yes, you are 72, but alhamdulillah, I'm sure you've got a long way to go. Next book coming out anytime soon?
This book is, of course, for people, the experience I have gone through, and from my experience, I want people to benefit from it.
Yeah, definitely.
And we don't come out of a mom's womb.
No.
We develop ourselves later on as we go along, and we learn and study and become. So from another's experience, we have come so far. In civilization has come so far. Right? Even the phone you are using, the TV show we are doing, is not one man's invention. It's a series of people have gone in and invented this. This is where we are.
But you are going to write more novels.
So what I'm saying, read this book. It will give you an insight
and
of my life, and that will resonate with your life as well. Absolutely. So read this book, and there's a lot to learn.
Thank you very much, Muquim Bhai. Thank you very much for coming to the show. We've got to end it now.
You get it from Amazon, Google Muquim Ahmed, Miracle on Brain, and you get it.
I will do that. And just for the viewers as well, look at Amazon. You'll find the book Miracle on Brick Lane, and it's only £16. And he's got a lot of advice and life story of Muquim Bhai. And he's also given us a few advices, few tips in terms of business. First of all, believe in yourself. Make sure you have the credentials and also the drive and commitment. So don't take these 3 advices lightly. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed it a lot. And I can't thank enough for Muquim Bhai to come to the show today. Until next time, guys, Assalamu alaikum.